cinema matinee. I ain't got $7.50 to pay.
Everybody now.
All right, when I was in high school, I was a serious geek. And I had a group of like-minded other serious geeks that most of the rest of the kids didn't really like us. But even for us, there was two kids trying to get our attention, and they were too geeky to be part of our geek group. They were just irritating, and they were overconfident, and they tried too hard. This movie is those kids.
Leon Coles, you gonna take that from him? This is based on a comic book. You mentioned this before.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is really different from the graphic novels in a lot of ways. Like, it takes the best scenes out of it, and it kind of makes up all the rest.
It centers on a black ops unit working for the CIA, and they get set up to where they're supposed to be assassinated, but they live through the attempt, and now they're not only going after the guy that did it to them, but they have to deal with this mysterious girl who came up, and they don't know what side she's on.
Now, it wasn't so much that they were set up to be assassinated, because the movie has a mustache-twirling villain, if there ever was one. No, he's just pissed off because they won't kill a busload of kids in order to take out the target.
Boss.
They're using kids as mules.
Call it in.
Dropkick, we have children at target site. Repeat, we have eyes on children at target site. Please advise.
Acknowledged. Maintain position.
We strongly recommend cancellation of the payload delivery.
Your orders stand. We lock coordinates the moment you painted. Delivery will occur on schedule.
Jensen, contact the plane directly. Call on aboard.
I'm trying. He's jamming us. There's nothing I can do.
There's something we can do.
All right, here it is. 5 against the fortress. We got maybe, 8 minutes before an airstrike sets the world on fire.
The most interesting character in it is the girl who's brought in late, who's like this shadowy figure. Like, she's totally psycho. Like, they're the whole time, don't even touch her, don't hit on her, anything. She will kill you whether you're part of the team or not. Now, did you get any of that watching Zoe Saldana?
No, I did not. And I'll tell you why. Because that girl needs to eat a couple of quarter pounders.
She's so skinny.
I know Finn is in, but that's where goddamn different.
She's so skinny, you can tell she doesn't have any muscles. You can tell what she had for breakfast.
When that scene where she's shooting off that rocket launcher, I was expecting her to fly off the screen in one direction and the missile running off into the other.
I'm serious. The girl ain't even strong enough to pick up a missile launcher, much less fire one. I mean, come on, the girl's so skinny, she propels herself forward when she farts. How she gonna
I looked at her and I wondered, where did your internal organs go?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a great action film anyway, because we've seen this all before.
No.
I don't even know why they make a big deal about this being a comic book, because no, this is not a comic book film. This really is the A-Team.
The thing is, this movie should have been called The Idiots, because those guys could have easily rented any other action film to see how all this would have ended. You know, they would have known the major plot points, things that they shouldn't be doing that they actually are doing.
The biggest problem with this is watching a goddamn rap video through the whole thing. It's trying to be so cool. And not even with the characters so much, but it's trying to be so cool with the camera tricks, because the editing is choppy. They do a lot of slow motion for no reason. And all this stuff gets in the way of making us feel good about these guys. I mean, the losers are rounded off by Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Columbus Short, Captain America,
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, and some Mexican dude that we ain't never heard of before.
So, he has like 2 lines in the whole goddamn movie.
But he was
speaking to English, I guess.
He talked with his bullets.
You know what?
Oscar Haynada.
Well, Idris Elba, don't forget him.
Idris Elba. And they all, I mean, you like those guys because, look, they're not bad actors. We know that they can act. They're just giving all these little snappy lines to say that don't really work.
Yes, sometimes they work. To be fair, there are moments that you're like, wow, okay, that was funny. And to be fair, Chris Evans is probably the funniest guy in this movie. And that's maybe because he's more of a natural comedian than everybody else who's in this already.
Yeah, Chris Evans is funny in the movie. I really liked him. He's the one that's trying to be the least macho.
True.
But then he goes into it, like that scene in the elevator where he's like, oh, I can shoot people with my mind. And that scene goes on forever. The movie made me laugh in certain parts. Not thrilled by anything else except those few scenes. And I'm talking about probably 3 scenes. So I give it a rental.
I was so worried. I thought you were going to say I give it a matinee. No, I don't know. I can never tell with you. This time I do 100% with you. It's one of those films sure, why not? Rent it. Have a couple beers, watch it. You'll laugh a few times. You'll be like, yeah, at least I was home for that.
I enjoyed it so much more than reading the graphic novel, and had some good performances and some good chemistry with the characters, and a lot of action. I mean, you know what? Screw you guys. I got to give it a rental.
Jesus.
Good impression.
Leave it to the master.
I'm giving it some
Full
old
price.
bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because you try to sell me a movie that is supposed to pump me up, get me excited, and you completely fail on all levels. you. No, yeah.
Damn, that's harsh.
Yeah, we've been talking all this mess about Zoe Saldana, but I take her.
She's still hot.
You'd take her, and 2 seconds later, she would snap into like an old twig.
I know, I'm sitting up there crying with 2 pieces of her in my hand. I just stroked her hair and this happened.